All right. Well, first of all, Micah, thanks for doing this for your dad. I know he'll really appreciate it. And Brother Jim, it's about time those of us told us really what we thought of you. Yes, that's the best part of all this. But for me, I'm going to tell you about some memories I have, and I'm going to need you sometime down the road to clarify this. The first thing I remember is as a family on the summer, we used to go to Lakeville. And the cottage we stayed in initially had just two bedrooms. Mom and Dad slept in one, Colette and Jumba slept in the other, and Paul and I slept in the screened-in porch. My recollection is that you were so young, you used to stay and sleep in Mom and Dad's bedroom. Now, I remember that for the first year, but I can't remember you doing that forever. So at one point in time, you'll have to clarify this for me because I can't remember exactly when and where you slept in the cottage. The other thing I have a memory of is our great interactions as an older brother and a younger brother. And this occurred when we moved out of Hartford into Ridgeway. Somehow I must have pissed you off. I don't remember what it was, but I ran away onto our porch and closed the door that had a window in it. And you came in and pushed the door open, but hit the glass instead and cut yourself. And you blamed me for that, if I remember correctly. And then another time, somehow you got mad at me, and I came down and closed the cellar door so you couldn't get me. And those are the doors that were hollow on the out and the inside, just a little slab, and you kicked a hole into it. And I remember you blamed me for that as well when Mom came home and said, "Who did this?" And John did it. He made me so mad. Another memory I have is as we grew up and we looked at each other, we said, geez, I don't look like Jim. Jim doesn't look like Paul. I don't look like Paul. None of us look alike. But we have a picture at Riggs Avenue when the three of us were all in uniform standing outside the porch on Riggs Avenue. And at a distance, I'll be damned if we all looked alike. So yes, we did come from the same gene pool that all the time. Another fun memory, and I sure you remember this, is when we went skiing up in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And I'm doing this now from Arizona, so I don't have the wonderful picture you took of all of us. Scott, I believe, was there, you and I, my family, Shane's fun. It's a great picture of all of us skiing. And so that reminds me of all the time of you in Jackson Hole. But the most fun thing, and I'm sure you remember this, we went snowmobiling in Yellowstone. And you, being the rebel that you were, you decided to go and be the last person in this line of 5 or 6 of us. And you would slow down until we got 50 or 60 yards away, and then gun that snowmobile up so you could catch up to the rest of us. You always had a great time with that. So those are the memories I have. But then there's one that I'm sure you've told everybody about, older brother, on our trip across the United States. It was when I had my little Porsche and we were riding on a 2-lane road going across the state. I don't remember where I picked you up and where I left you off, but at this section we were riding. And I'll be damned if there weren't these 2 trucks in front of me. So I gunned the Porsche, and I finally passed these 2 trucks. And as soon as I got past him, he turned to me and said, "You got to stop because I have to go to the bathroom." I was so upset. You're gonna have to hold it. I just got past these damn trucks, and you're gonna make me stop. But being the good brother that I was, I did stop so you could pee, not in the bottle that I had, but at the side of the road. Those are some of the things, brother, that I remember. Mike had mentioned about telling you a joke. I know that there's not a joke that I could tell you that you haven't already heard or told a dozen times. So I'm just going to move on to things that, just general comments about you. And what has always impressed me most about you, brother, is the fact that you created your own path in life. Gemma, Paul, Colette, and I, we all entered structures that were built for us already. Gemma in the corporate world, Paul in the dental world, me in the medical world, Colette in the hairdressing and business world. But you, as an entrepreneur, created your own businesses and successfully ran them. I mean, I've lost track of how many businesses you've run over the years. But my sense is that you must have got this entrepreneurial spirit from our dad. Because guess what? He was an entrepreneur in the sense that he started his own business after he worked, I think, for Mr. Schultz for a while. But he created his own business. He had 4 or 5 hairdressers working for him. So you must have gotten that entrepreneurial spirit from him. But brother, you are a good and honest, dependable individual who is straight talking. When you say what you say, you mean what you say. There's no doubt about it. Your humor and storytelling has caused so many laughs, so many smiles on the faces of all the people you know. You are clear. Oh, here's Sue. You are clearly the heart of our family. You are a great spouse to Babs, especially with her brother Michael, all the stuff you have done for him tirelessly. You're a great dad with Micah and Jamie. Remember the historic trip you took with Micah? Not many dads would take the time off to go that way. And your most recent trip to Universal with Jamie and Jesse and Chrissy. You are, again, the heart of our family. I am honored and blessed that you have allowed me, your older and somewhat wiser brother. Oh, did I say that? Oh, face emoji, happy. Face emoji, happy. Anyway, brother, happy 71st, 5th birthday, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Love you, brother.
Happy 75th birthday to the youngest member of our Carbonneau family, brothers and sisters. You know how much we love you, and especially when you were little. You were so cute, and you were the darling of our family, especially when you came up and said to us, "Tai two, Tai two." We'd say, "You're welcome, you're welcome." You'd say, "Tai two, Tai two, you're welcome." And then we realized you were saying, "Tie my shoe." Oh, okay, we'll be happy to do that. Anyway, you're a wonderful brother. You make us laugh. We love you, and we send lots of hugs from Cape Cod.
Okay, my dear brother, I'm not going to tell a joke because you seem to have heard them all. These days, when I'm with friends and I'm repeating myself, I ask them to do this to let them know what I'm doing. But when you start telling jokes, I do this. You exemplify, my dear, the best characteristics of our family: care for others, generosity, and most important, humor. My example of your generosity was inviting your friends Charlie and Lorraine to move into your home in Old Saybrook while they were looking for a new home in Connecticut. They now live nearby in a beautiful home, which you continue to visit. No matter where you are, all the neighbors know and love Jimmy Carbonneau. I do too. Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, Jim. I can't wait to celebrate with you. Mark and I always look forward to spending time with you and Babs. Seems we always have a great time with many laughs. I enjoy your jokes always, and I don't think I ever heard any of them twice. Ha ha. Keep the jokes coming. Let's laugh till we bust. The things that remind me of you are, of course, your Bo speaker, barbecuing, and that's a clown for all your jokes with laughter. And in the background is a little tree, may look a little familiar to you. I'll keep that one up to you to decide. Let's keep the good times going and many more to come. Happy birthday, Jim. Love you, Margie.
Okay, go.
Come and listen to the story about a man named Jim. The poor mountain deer really kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting for some food. And up from the ground come a bubbling crude. Oil, that is.
Black gold. Texas Tea.
Well, the first... Stop.
What you hit me for? You screwed up. It's me. She's screwing up. What's that stuff you hit me again or I'll belt you?
You take that
He might like this too.
Well, the first thing you know, old Jeb's a millionaire. The kin folks said,
Jeb,
Jeb, move away from there. Said California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Swimming pools, movie stars.
And okay, so happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Jim.
I hope you remember this.
Remember, all of us were at Bravo's driving your van,
That's
singing
right.
this song, making memories.
Okay, cut.
Happy birthday, Jim.
So I've been asked to think of one of my favorite memories of you, Dad. And I have to say that a lot of great memories come from when we would go skiing together up in Vermont. And we have so many stories and so many memories of that. But one of my favorite stories, which just kind of sums up, I think, your humor and just all around the good-natured laughs that we would always get from you, was when it was just the three of us. It was me. I'm sorry, four of us. It was me, you, Micah, and Kevin Kokoska. And we were driving up together, and we were going to meet Mom and Debbie later on. But on this trip, it was just the four of us. And we were having a fun time, but we decided to pull over to a rest stop to use the restroom. And we got out, got some snacks and stuff. And when we packed into the car as we were leaving the parking lot, I distinctly remember you looking over, and there was a gentleman that was grabbing something out of his trunk, but he had wedged himself pretty far into the car, and half of his pants were hanging down, so you could clearly see his butt crack. And I remember as we were driving by, you were the only one to see it, so you distinctly pointed out to us, "Hey boys, looks like it's going to be a full moon tonight." And we just laughed and laughed and laughed. And I always think of that line of you saying that, and it just cracks me up. So, Dad, I love you. Happy birthday. Happy 75th birthday. So many great memories, so many great jokes. I just love you so much, and can't wait to spend another 20 birthdays with you, Dad. I love you. Bye.
Hi, Jim. So you're turning 75? Wow, what a milestone. 75 years that the world is enjoying your existence. Happy birthday. By the way, do you know that we're eating impossible meat, and you're aware of that, right? It's a ground beef, but made of plants, so it's impossible meat. I have this craving for a pasta, but it's also like not a real pasta. It's also like a fake one. So I'm thinking of a name for that pasta. I'm thinking to call it like a fake meat, so impossible meat. What about a fake pasta? What about I call it impasta? Is that funny? Happy birthday.
Hi, Jim. Happy birthday. I have a joke for you. Okay. At a party, a young wife admonishes her husband. That's the fourth time you have gone back for ice cream and cake. Doesn't it embarrass you? Why should it? Answered her spouse. I keep telling them it's for you. That's it.
Okay.
Jim, I have another joke for you. Husband to wife, you should learn how to embrace your mistakes. She hugged him immediately.
Tim, happy birthday. There are a lot of things I'm grateful to you for, including teaching me how to play cribbage, eat steamer clams, and of course, raising the finest of sons. My favorite jokes from you are the ones about fucking or drowning on a cruise boat, and the one where someone's filleting a chicken in their dreams, and then you blow out the, Micah's giving me a look, the torn up tissue paper. I hope that you have another wonderful 75 years, and when you're 150, we can still go out and eat lobster rolls together. Love you very much, and happy birthday again.
Hey, Uncle Jim, I just wanted to reach out and wish you a happy birthday. I'm not going to tell you any jokes because you have all the jokes you need, but I wanted to tell you how much I love and admire you for being the glue that keeps the Carbonneaus together. And it's something that I admire about you. I try to emulate with my family through cookouts and barbecues and holidays. And it's because of you, and I'm Babs, that our family is as strong as it is. And I'm just so grateful to have you in my life. I love you. Happy birthday. And I can't wait to celebrate with you.
Good job. Oh, do it again.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jim. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Good job. I like it.
Hi, Dad. Okay, this is a video sharing Uncle Paul's memories of you. We had trouble helping him get a video made, so I'm going to read to you his email. Sorry, I'm a little sick, so. Okay. Hi, Micah. My memory story of your father is this. Dad had just bought a new station wagon that was parked at Riggs Avenue in the driveway. Mom and Dad went out with Kimberly for dinner, the Kimberleys for dinner, and Jim decided to test drive the new car. He took the car for a long drive, and when he came back, he parked the car in the driveway exactly where Dad had parked it. Unbeknownst to him, Mom and Dad got home before him, and when he entered the house, they greeted him and obviously knew he took the car. Not sure what words were said, but there was just another one of Jim's episodes that was very trade for Mom and Dad. Okay, so that was Uncle Paul.
Hi, Dad. I'm going to begin with some jokes. Okay, here we go. A family is driving behind a garbage truck when a dildo flies and thumps against the windshield. Embarrassed and trying to spare her young son's innocence, the mother turns around and says, "Don't worry, dear. That was just an insect." "Wow," the boy replies. "I'm surprised it could get off the ground with a cock like that." Okay. Next one. A guy's sitting at the doctor's office. The doctor walks in and says, "I have some bad news. I'm afraid you're going to have to stop masturbating." "I don't understand, Doc," the patient says. "Why?" "Because," the doctor says, "I'm trying to examine you." Okay. All right. What's the difference between... What's the difference between... This is very embarrassing. Okay. What's the difference... All right, third time's a charm. What's the difference between anal and oral sex? Okay. Fourth time's a charm. Okay, I have to compose myself. What's the difference between anal and oral sex? Oral sex makes your day. Anal makes your whole week. Okay. All right. How does a woman scare a gynecologist? By becoming a ventriloquist. Okay. So at least I'm amusing myself. All right. What did the leper say to the sex worker? "Keep the tip." What's the difference between kinky and perverted? Kinky is when you tickle your girlfriend with a feather. Perverted is when you use the whole bird. What's the difference between a G-spot and a golf ball? A guy will actually search for a golf ball. I can't. All right. I think this is our last one. Okay. I bet you can't tell me something that will make me both happy and sad at the same time, a husband says to his wife. She thinks about it for a moment and then responds, your penis is bigger than your brother's. Okay. So now I'm going to get into the sentimental part of this video, and I'll be recalling many moments that, when I think of you, make me think of you. Easter breakfast after going out and doing the papers with you at Koppelman's. I still have a very fond memory of the powdered soap at Koppelman's. I always admire you for being able to carry a ladder. I still can't. I thought that was a real test of manhood to be able to carry a ladder. I remember as a kid you breaking your leg, and in this story from Uncle John about you putting your hand through a door chasing him, we need to write down all of the injuries you suffered in your life, because undoubtedly you've been broken more than anyone else I know. All right, I remember as a kid you always had a bad back, so I'm happy that that wasn't a permanent thing, but I just remember you always bending over in the brown Dodge van, and no surprise you injured yourself. I remember forgetting the lunch at Mount Snow and Jamie's comedic retelling that you drove Mach 5 back to get it, how pissed off you were. Teaching me cribbage, your story Whistle Dixie, taking me fishing countless times, teaching me how to bait a hook and thread a hook, a needle through a minnow, taking me to see Tommy for the first time in New York City, which really got me into listening to music and classic rock. There was a day where you took me out of school and it was just you and I. We went skiing, I think it was in Ellington in Connecticut. I was always excited when in second grade you take us out early for us to all drive up to Vermont. So I still can think of how excited I was leaving school early. Going to New Orleans Jazz Festival was created so many happy memories, and I have so many new foods that I was introduced to, and it meant a lot that you wanted Jamie and I to experience that with you and to dance with you at the festival. So many great memories there. Playing cards with you at Baker's, and having everyone, when I went in to get you, to give them money for Christmas, to get you a bit of a tab there. Everybody was buying me drinks because I was Jim Carbonneau's son. Taking me to NASCAR, some very memorable times there, which obviously pissed you off. Correcting Al Mizak when, during the interview for me becoming an exchange student, when he incorrectly said that I was a B average student, when you corrected him that I was a C average, and then later telling me that you didn't want me to go because you'd miss me, which I was like, what? You'll miss me? Not getting too upset with me for flipping your truck on Deer Cliff Road, even though you warned me away from it, or for scratching up all of your cars over the years, telling me we don't keep secrets when I asked you to not tell Mom about my smoking in the basement, visiting me in Brazil, getting me steady employment from washing your van insufficiently for I think $10 ago, to my allowance, which you told me you were going to raise my allowance, and I told you I didn't think you had to, or I didn't need you to, or I didn't want you to, and teaching me the value of earning money. The first beer that I ever really remember being excited about was digging fence hole posts with you and Jack, and then after all that hot and hard work, opening up a Budweiser. Our DC trip, there was one we took right before I went to Brazil, and another one, obviously, that we took last year. Teaching me to obsess over cleaning, just like Grandma taught you to clean all the stairs. Cooking us so many fries, corn, and lobster and swordfish. Being supportive and understanding through all my unhealthy friendships and relationships, and also always being supportive of my friends and treating my friends like family and making them welcome at our home. Always being accepting and affirming, exposing me to so much of the world through film and music, taking us to Billy Joel and ball games where my tantrums forced you to miss the show both times. Countless trips and presents, showing Jamie, Kevin, and I Blazing Saddles at age 10, showing me how to make friends and build community, making my friends always welcome, coming to my football games and swim meets, helping me get revenge on the 8th grader at football practice who kept stealing my water. He recommended I put salt in my water bottle and prank him, and it worked perfectly. And I think the earliest game I remember was running up and hitting you in the butt, slapping you in the butt, and running away. I think I was like probably 4 years old, and I still remember that. But I think the thing that brings me the most joy, and I've got a video of it, I mean, even besides all the stories that I've had you record for me about the Army and getting sucked up into the vortices of landing planes drunk off your ass in Panama, is just hearing you laugh watching Jim Gaffigan or, comedy. So I love hearing you just laugh until you cry. That's definitely my favorite. Love you. Happy birthday, Dad.
Hello from the Willy Nilly. Hey, Jim, I hope you're having a wonderful birthday. Just wanted to reach out and let you know that thinking of you and hoping 75 is a great year. Hell of a milestone. Just wanted to remind you that at one point in your life, you actually wore mantyhose. Happy birthday.
Bathing Beauties, Margie, and Suzanne. Trying to play a song for you, but it's not working very well. See, if you were here, it would be working just beautifully. Happy birthday. It's been a long time. We've known each other for 52 years. Happy birthday, darling. You want to put it closer? What more can I say, right? The Beatles. Sing it to you. Live. Live. You're live from the Beatles, live. But they're so far away we can't get close. It was hard getting a hold of John and George, but we did it. We love you. I love you. As you know, I love you. I love you. They all say they love you, but I mean it more than they do. Well, maybe not. Well, different way. You did sign a contract. I did sign a contract. Love you.